Didn't give it all, in all, be all. However, though, we all need strategies. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it's overwhelming. Yes, it's not fair. But as I said in the video, if you want fair, go to the fair. Anytime I think about quitting, anytime I think about giving up, I always think about a son never forgets. You see, those people who were brung here during the Middle Passage, there were over 60 to 70 million people who died. But those people who were out there picking cotton, those people who got whipped, who got flogged, who got raped, those people dreamed for a better day. Those people who went through Jim Crow, those people who went through civil rights legislation, those people who got killed were just thinking about being a man or a woman. I wake up every day for them. Those people who are now fighting for just a little bit to get through the next paycheck. Those people who are living from paycheck to paycheck. You got people who are actually don't have lights. They don't have water. Sometimes they have to pay the water bill. Sometimes they can pay the light bill. They own food stamps. They own EBT cards. I get up for them. You know why? Because the position you have as a captain in the United States Army, the position I have, those people would have given their right foot, right leg, and right arm to be in positions. Yes, it's overwhelming. As a saying, some of the strongest people in the morning cry themselves to sleep at night. Many nights I come in here and cry myself to sleep at night. But a son never forgets. We must honor our mothers and fathers that our days will be long. That's not just talking about your nuclear mother and father. That's talking about your mother and your father from back in the days who were mutilated, belittled, dehumanized. I don't believe the things that we are going through right now can even think about being compared to those things. Yes, they are roadblocks. Yes, they're good old boys. Yes, they're good old girls. There are a lot of situations. But a son never forgets. A daughter never forgets. So yes, it's just a way. It is not the way. You being an African American female probably, most probably, has to wake up every morning with a Superman cape on. Superwoman cape on. While I feel sorry for you and empathize for you, a daughter never forgets. I can bet you there are millions of women who would love to be in your position leading men in the United States Army. No. I'm not excusing the roadblocks. I'm not excusing the prejudice. I'm not excusing the racism. One of the things we have to realize, one of the things that I most certainly realize, part of the reason that we fail is because we don't realize not only our history, not saying you, we're saying a holistic, not only our history, but a person, I'll use myself for an example, a person like me who was in special education in the 8th grade, failed the 9th grade, failed the 10th grade, and failed the 12th grade. And that was failing on 4th edition textbooks. Oh, listen to me carefully now, young warrior. So not only am 4th edition textbooks behind the game, I'm failing those grades behind the game. So there's also more reasons why black officers fail. There are more reasons why black officers fail. But we need a codified plan. We need a strategy. We need to learn our business. I'm not blaming the victim here. I don't have Stockholm syndrome. But most of the African Americans that I mentor, listen to me carefully, they don't know their business. They don't know the insides and outsides of their job. Most of the African Americans that I mentor don't even know the very document that's going to get them to the next level. Let me give you a story and I'll shut up. I was mentoring a senior major, and he came in, he was a little cocky, a little swag, which I like. And he said, I want to be a battalion commander and go to war college like you, chap, and then, hopefully get brigade command. I said, wow, that's phenomenal. Let me see your OERs. He said, oh, that's a waste of time. My brigade commander hooked me up. We go to lunch twice a week. That's my guy. He brings me over sometimes on the weekend. I say, well, it shouldn't be a problem. Let me see your OERs. I saw his OERs, and I must tell you, they were marginal. And I told him, these are marginal OERs. You'd be happy to make lieutenant colonel, but you probably won't. You definitely won't go to brigade command. And you definitely not going to war college. Well, he was a little mad at the messenger. Who am I to tell him about his OERs? So as a good brother would do, he went to tell the brigade commander. The brigade commander called me. Listen to me carefully now. He said, chap. I said, hey, what's up, brother? 06 to 06. He said, I got full confidentiality, right? I said, absolutely, brother. Full confidentiality. He said, the young man came and told me what you said about his OERs. That was very insightful of you. He said, I love him like a son. I love him like a brother. But I don't want him commanding troops because he doesn't know his business. If he knew his business, specifically that OER, he wouldn't have had to come to you. He would have actually known that it was a marginal OER. Oh, listen to me carefully, my dear sister, and anybody else who's listening on this TikTok and wherever you share it. He said, I will let him keep my children. He's a very honorable person with integrities and values, but I do not want him commanding troops because he is not competent. You see, we spend a lot of time being good people. We spend a lot of time sucking up to the boss. Some of that is necessary. I understand it, to be good and to be, affectionate and intimate. But you got to know your business. That's why I made that video, to spur some conversation. You got to know your business. I'm not casting aspersions on anybody. I'm just talking about the people that I mentor. I made that video because I was counseling a young man, and he put on the internet how unfair the system was. And I saw his paperwork, and he didn't know his business. He's a good guy, though. He brings donuts to the office and makes everybody laugh. Don't let that go over your head. Woo! Have a great night. Have a great night.